sport mods, hobby stocks, the return of the mod lights, mini stocks, and NMRA TQ midgets, the 3/4 midgets. They'll be out there. I found out that some of the guys aren't going to be coming up for your big speed week because the 30th is the Richie McGowan Memorial down here.
That's a big, big deal down there at Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's a WRS wing sprints, the modifieds, sport mods, hobby stocks, and then we have our fireworks extravaganza. So some of those guys, it was one of those things, race up there, make the travel, do a bunch of races, and miss the McGowan Memorial, or stay home and do it for the McGowan family.
Those guys aren't missing.
Those guys are going to miss.
They're not missing the McGowan Memorial. I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. But, there's big things happening at that McGowan Memorial. We've got our fireworks extravaganza, and there's going to be more big things coming soon. So
we can't announce that yet.
The Moxie Media Promotions. Yeah, we can't quite announce it yet, but I give you a hint. It's family-oriented to the fullest.
It's going to be an awesome deal. The fireworks down there at Bakersfield, that's a big deal. I mean, that is one heck of a show you guys do.
Yeah, this year it's going to be bigger and badder than last year. There's going to be just as much fireworks after the races as there will be during the races.
I don't doubt that at all. Awesome.
I mean, this is the Richie McGowan Memorial, man. This is a very, very prestigious race out here for these men and women, and everybody wants to win it. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like the McGowan Memorial down there, guys. What he's talking about is a lot like our Clare Cup here. Richie McGowan meant a lot to a lot of people down there, and I've got shirts from that race. I didn't even go to that race, but I make sure I buy a McGowan Memorial shirt when I go down to Bakersfield. I think I have the last 3 or 4 shirts.
So you buy concert shirts for concerts you don't go to?
No.
He's one of those people.
He's one of those guys.
No.
What was that?
Oh, we're talking about these guys are trying to be funny, Mike.
Not trying.
We are.
We succeed on a daily level.
They lie a lot.
What's Dom's? I couldn't hear Dom.
Oh, I just said, so you're one of those guys that buys the concert shirts and don't go to the concert.
Yeah.
No, I buy the race shirts of their shirts at the races I don't go to. There's a big difference.
Also known as a poser.
Well,
he probably has a Rolling Stones
it's
one.
It's nice to see people support even though they're not there, because that's a big thing. If you can support a track even though you're not going to be at the track or at an event, it's still something that it's a good thing.
Absolutely. Right on.
Sucking up to the
so, totally threw me off my train of thought there, guys. Mike, I know you're in a hurry. You're up against the clock. You got some big things happening down your way. You got to get somewhere at 7:45. I want to say thanks for your time. We will get some stuff posted for you, the California followers on Moxie Media, about what's going on down there this weekend and pricing and all the good stuff at Bakersfield Speedway. Good luck this week.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have a whole lot of fun this week. We'll do our pit cruise. We usually do it a little later because of the heat out here. It's going to be a mild 105 degrees on Saturday.
Easy. Get your spandex Speedo on and just flip-flops and roll, baby.
Hey, that's the way we do it out here in California. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
I love it.
We're going to do our pit cruise. We're also going to do a little podcast beforehand talking about last week's races, this week's races, and future races coming out. We haven't titled it yet, but we're going to do it. It's going to be on Spreaker Radio as well as Facebook on Moxie Media Promotions.
That's right.
Moxie Mike Patterson, Brian Lee Smith, Bakersfield announcer page as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you to the Pacific Northwest. All you guys, your dedicated followers out there have been chiming in with us. And when we're on our Facebook page on Bakersfield Speedway doing our live thing, you guys are tuning in there. Thank you guys for doing that. And, man, I hope I see all you guys one point or another throughout this season at our race.
Oh, we're coming.
It's been an absolute blast.
We're coming to the Budweiser Nationals.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Get your dancing shoes on, Mikey.
Yep. And
we're going downtown.
Oh, no.
We're going go-kart racing.
Morris told me to tell you guys, bring your racing suits, son.
Morris,
I have one in the backseat of the car right now.
Wait.
Media race.
Say that again, Mike.
Troy Morris said, hey, bring your racing shoes and your helmets because Moxie Media is having their own race at the BKE.
Oh, yes.
You got that, boys?
I've been there.
All right. We'll see you there, Mike. Again, we'll talk to you next Thursday night. Best of luck this week. Have a great time. Be safe and stay cool, buddy.
Absolutely, and thank all you fathers last week. I didn't get a chance to say Happy Father's Day. Thank all you guys, and all you guys up in the IMCA booth up there, man. Thank you, and I'll see you guys at the races.
Take care, bud.
Take care, bud.
Bye.
I have a racing suit in my car at all times.
You do, I know. You've got, Mike. What a character. Love this dude. Man, between the phones and the chat line, this is chaos over here. 105 degrees at Bakersfield.
See, I lived in Southern California in the desert areas. I knew what it was like too. So it's just that's why I like Oregon. It's got this nice, warm but mild.
So here's a confirmation. Ethan Dotson is coming for Speedweek.
Okay, I'm going to say him. Do you know why? I have no idea why. His name popped in my head, and I says Ethan Dotson. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be there. That's my prediction right there.
Yeah, that's tough,
that's my
man.
gut. That's my gut talking.
Yeah, that's man.
Just remember that.
That's a.
The funniest thing, I actually was going to say that, but didn't want to sound stupid if he wasn't there.
Well, and it's.
I love sounding stupid.
Do you listen to yourself talk all the time? You go, hey.
Hey, you sound stupid.
So is there some late breaking news today? So a late development here in the second half of the day for Willamette Speedway. This is why when you look at the title of the show, you're going to see where it says IMCA Stock Cars / Street Stocks, okay?
Hold on, let me plug my phone into the charger.
Oh, mine's dead too.
Yeah.
For real.
All metric type stock cars. Okay, listen. All cars, they're gonna run them together. Now if you run these classes, okay? Listen. All cars must have standard length rear bars. This is going to be checked on the IMCA cars. Must run IMCA package. All other metric cars, current street stocks. Crate 602 cars must weigh 3,100 pounds, no spoilers. All cars with open motors must weigh 3,300 pounds, no spoilers. All cars, if you have the motor set back 50 pounds, must be in front of the midplate. 4-barrel carbs allowed for both crate and open. Okay? So they're going to run these cars together at Willamette. This is some change. They're trying to put some life in this stuff. Okay? And I think it'll be interesting to see these cars. I mean, because really, you look at the times, you look at the competition level, they're not much different than the street stocks. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? But to get these cars jump-started, what do you do? How do you get that class going? It was announced very late in the winter. Guys that really didn't have time to get an IMCA stock car put together or ready for the season. So now we've got a couple guys that have them.
Well, here's the thing. If you can look at it from different perspectives, if you have an IMCA car,
right?
They're all going to pretty much be...
They're the same thing.
Okay.
It's an IROC deal.
A street stock,
right?
You've got from one extreme to another. I
right.
mean, completely different engines, suspension, everything. So if you want to be in something consistent or something that's very driving competitive, I think that would be the way to go. And I think that's what's going to either make it or break it.
Right. So to run these cars together, these are what they're going to do now. Okay? This is Jerry Schramm and the rules that they're putting together. Okay? Again, all cars must have standard length rear bars. All metric type stock cars, welcome. All cars must have standard length rear bars. This will be checked on the IMCA cars. Must have an IMCA package. All other metric cars, current street stocks. Crate 602 cars must weigh 3,100 pounds, no spoilers. All cars with open motors must weigh 3,300 pounds, no spoilers. Any car with the motor set back must add 50 pounds in front of the midplate. 4-barrel carbs are allowed on both crate and open. Okay, so they're going to kind of combine and run these guys together, see if they can get a package that's going to make everybody happy and keep everybody
racing
on the same. On the same. And I will tell you, the most active guy on the internet lately, as far as getting this class is Ron Brewster. He has called out every metric car around. He's calling them out, saying, "Put a 2-barrel on. Let's go." So now, because of this, now they're going to. These are the new kind of.
Didn't they change the rule about the firewall and stuff?
It was a big old mess.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I don't even want to get into that because it was just there was guys that changed the firewall to make it legal for one class, and they changed that rule, and it was just.
Right.
It's been a mess, but I think they're going to find a compromise at some point, and I don't know. I don't know what you heard me say it for a year on the old show that this was going to happen. IMCA stock cars were coming. I saw it coming because you couldn't keep things the way they were and keep everybody happy. So it has to go one way or the other.
And the couple that we have are great cars.
Absolutely.
But I mean, what do you
I know.
We have 2 of them.
Right. You got to do something to get these guys racing and get the fans. I do think here's my thought on this. It's going to go one way or the other. It's the IMCA deal is just going to flop and go away, and these guys are going to run street stocks, or
street stocks are going to become them.
I don't know if street stocks will become them, but you'll start seeing more of this IMCA type stock car. Here's what I do know. I'll street stocks aren't going anywhere.
No.
Okay. The bad part about the situation is the IMCA stock car, which is a great class. I mean, the racing is phenomenal. You go on YouTube, type in IMCA stock car racing, and you're going to see every race you watch is a good race. You get these guys in packs that are slicing and dicing, and they're rubbing on each other, and it's good racing. What worries me is as good as the field of street stocks that we have, if some of these guys start converting those over to an IMCA type car, now you start thinning that field. You start thinning that field, okay, to grow this one. And I want the best for both of them. I would like to see IMCA stock cars succeed without hurting the street stock division, because look at what we're watching with street stocks.
But what have we discussed in the past about street stocks? They're getting so expensive. Maybe it'll even everything out where it can be, somewhat affordable class again.
Well, that's something that you're going to find guys argue. Look at what an IMCA stock car costs.
Sure.
I mean, if we want to talk about that, we will, because if you look at what was that post? There was a post I was watching. Roller, IMCA roller, and we're talking bare minimum.
Right.
Was over $13,000. Okay. That's a lot of money to race at that level.
Yes, it is.
Because I'll tell you, as fast as Justin Evans is, they've got about half of that wrapped up in that car. And they built that themselves. Now, you go buy, a BSB or a Jet or, that type of deal, you're going to spend money. Like any other level of racing that requires a chassis, in quotes, chassis car. How do you maintain, what do you do to make that class successful when you've got that kind of expense at what is supposed to be entry-level racing? IMCA stock cars are not entry-level racing anymore.
Right.
Okay, so this is
my perception is it's almost an upper level.
It has become an upper level for a stock car type class. Okay, so now you've got IMCA stock cars, and you've got street stocks. Now we're trying to blend these cars together to increase the car counts and keep everybody happy. That's a tough position to be in. As a track owner, as a promoter, as an owner of an IMCA stock car, as a guy that wants to run. I mean, because now you start changing the rules a little bit. You start adding a little bit of weight. You start saying, well, this guy's got this. You got to change that. again, all I want is the best for both these classes, because I'm a big fan of both classes. Don't get me wrong. I am a big fan of both these classes. You guys know how I feel about that type of car.
Well,
I love
it's
that.
a real car.
Right, exactly.